it's Crochet by Beb. Welcome to my channel. For this video tutorial, we're going to make this vest. This vest is made to measure and it's 2-row repeat its stitch pattern, and it's a multiple of 2 plus 1, so it's very easy and quick to make. We're going to start first with the back panel and then the 2 front panels, and then sew the panels all together, and then making the armhole borders and the side and neckline borders, and then make the little heart with the straps and attach them into the vest. And that's it, you are done with your top. The stitch pattern is very simple. It's rows of double crochet, skip and chain, and rows of front loop single crochet, and then just repeat that for the stitch pattern. And it's a 2-row repeat and a multiple of 2 plus 1 or any odd number. For the measurement reference, my top is 18 inches wide or 46 centimeters. You can start your back panel at least half of your bust measurement, but if you would like your vest a little wider, you can add more to make your back panel, okay? And it is 14 inches long or 36 centimeters, and this is my personal preference how long my vest is. You can make it longer or smaller, okay? And for the straps, I made it 16 inches long, and I doubled it up with a slip stitch, so it decreased with 2 inches, so it's only 14 inches now. For the materials, I use rainbow 6-ply 100% cotton yarn, and this is from Hobby. I use 3 skeins of this. This is number 2 or fine weight yarn, or I consider it is a sport weight yarn, 50 grams, 105 meters, and the recommended size here is 3 to 3.5 millimeter hook, but I upgrade my hook. I use 4 millimeter hook, and I use tape measure, scissors, and yarn needle. Alright, so if you are making a bigger size, you will be needing more of the yarn that I use. I use only 3 of these, but if you're making smaller than mine, you can use 2.5 or at least less than the 3 skeins of this. Alright, so hope you will enjoy making your vest. You can tag me in my Instagram at Crochet by Web if you're working this tutorial, if you want to show your work with me. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and continue to support my channel. Click the notification bell for more videos to come, and enjoy making your vest. And let's start. Let's start with the back panel. For the back panel, you're going to start with a foundation chainless single crochet at least half of your bust measurement. Our stitch pattern is a multiple of 2 plus 1 or any odd number, and it's 2-row repeat only, so it's very easy and simple stitch pattern. For the measurement reference, my vest is 19 inches wide and it has 81 stitches. Alright, so we're going to start here making the foundation chainless single crochet, and then continue a few rows for the stitch pattern, and then make the decrease for the armhole. And then here for the shoulder part, so I only did this part. I will going to show you later how to do the decrease also in this shoulder part. So you can start with the swatch, so you will know how wide you will need or how many stitches you will need for your vest. Okay, let's start. I'm going to show you first how to make the foundation chainless single crochet. So make a slip knot. Then you're going to make a chain 2. And then insert your hook into your first chain. Grab a yarn, pull through 1, then pull through 2. You have your first single crochet, so this is the first stitch, so don't count this as your first stitch, okay? Count this as your first stitch. Again, insert your hook into the 2 loops at the bottom. This is the chain that you made from your first single crochet. Then grab a yarn, pull through 1, so that is the chain again that you made with this single crochet, and then pull through 2. You have 2 single crochet, then 1, 2, okay? Again, insert your hook into the 2 loops at the bottom, grab a yarn, pull through 1, pull through 2, okay? So just repeat that for your swatch and then just measure it later, okay? So again, insert your hook, 2 loops at the bottom, grab a yarn, pull through 1, then pull through 2. Insert hook, pull through 1, pull through 2. Okay, so just repeat this foundation chainless single crochet until you reach the desired wide, or first make a swatch, and then I'm going to show you how to do the row one. Okay, I don't count my foundation chainless single crochet as of my row one. This is just a foundation row, so I'm going to count this row, this double crochet, as my first row. Okay, so continue your foundation row. Alright, so I have here 21 foundation row single crochet, so you can do this also, so you have your swatch and then measure that later. Okay, so to continue for our first row, we're going to work a double crochet. So you can do chain 3, counts as your first double crochet, but for me, I like the standing double crochet. I'm going to show you that how to do it. So turn your work, then pull a bit your loop here as height of your double crochet. Just hold and then turn your hook at the back, and then grab a yarn and then pull at that back of your loop, and then just release it and then pull that 2 loops. Okay, I will show you again. So again, turn your work, pull a bit up as height of your double crochet, hold, and then turn your hook at the back, then pull, just release, and then pull your hook at the front, and then pull through 2 loops. You have your standing double crochet. Okay, and then when you're done, this is counts as your first double crochet. Okay, then chain 1. So if you prefer the chain 3, you will need to chain 4. So chain 3 and then this chain 1, so you make chain 4. Okay, and then we're going to skip 1 stitch, and then so this is your first stitch here, so this double crochet is in here. Okay, and then you're going to skip 1, and then here double crochet. Okay, so double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, then chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. Okay, so you're just going to repeat this. This is row 1. Okay, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, the next stitch, double crochet. Okay, so just going to repeat this until the end of your row. Okay, so when you are done your first row, so chain 1, double crochet in your last stitch. Okay, so in your second row, so we're going to chain 1, turn, and then single crochet into the stitch in your first stitch. Okay, and then we're going to work now front loop single crochet. Okay, so front loop means, so this is your stitch, this is your front loop, and this is your back loop. Front loop, back loop. Okay, as you can see this V loop here, so this is your front loop and this is your back loop. Okay, front loop, back loop when you are facing like this. Okay, so we're going to work front loop single crochet. So here first in the chain, we're going to work our front loop single crochet. So here at the beginning of your stitch, work into the both loops. Okay, also into your last stitch, so you have a firm edge of your stitch. So only here in the middle, so you work your front loop single crochet on top of your double crochet and chain 1. Okay, so 1 loop only. Okay, so here also in the chain, and then on top of your double crochet, front loop single crochet. Okay, continue. Okay, so here remember you have your chain 1, so do your front loop single crochet, and then your chain 3, or this is my standing double crochet, I'm going to work into the both loops single crochet. Okay, so this is row 1, then row 2, so we're going to repeat this. So only 2 row repeat. Okay, so for the next row, you're going to repeat row 1, the double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet. So again, I'm going to make the standing double crochet. Then chain 1, or you're going to chain 4 here, okay? If you're using chain 3 and then chain 1, then skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, okay? So just repeat row 1. And then one more thing is make your chain not too tight, okay? So just make it a bit loose when you're doing your chain, so it not tight when you do your single crochet or the second row, okay? Okay, continue, repeat row 1. Okay, again, when you're done your repeat row 1, continue repeat row 2, just chain 1, turn into your first stitch, make a single crochet into the both loops, and then continue front loop single crochet. And then into your last stitch, single crochet into the both loops, okay? So it's very simple stitch pattern. Just repeat row 1, the double crochet, skip 1, chain 1, double crochet, and then repeat row 2, all single crochet but in the front loop, first and last stitch into the normal stitch, okay? So just continue like this to create your first rows, and then I'm going to show you how to do the decrease to make the armhole, just like here. So the decrease is very simple also. I made handwork last stitch and skip 1 stitch in the other side. Okay, so I'm going to show you that also. Okay, so continue a few more rows here. So for your reference, I made my vest as 14 inches long, or this is 35.5 centimeters. Okay, so you decide how long, or how long you want for your vest, and then here you can adjust so you don't have a big armhole or a small armhole, okay? So in my vest, I made 9 rows, and then in my 10th row, I made my decrease. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these 9 rows, no decrease, and then in my 10th row, I made my decrease. So I'm going to show you, okay? So if you want to make your vest as low as like this, it's only 4 inches, and then I made my decrease here to make my armhole. So if you want a longer one, you can make more rows and then do your decrease, okay? So now I'm going to show you how to do the decrease on both sides. Okay, for the decrease, we're going to decrease in the repeat row 2 or in the row of all single crochet. So here I'm going to show you how to do the decrease. So to make the decrease, we're going to make a chain 1 and turn, and then we're going to skip this stitch, first stitch. So we're going to work here both loops, and then front loop single crochet into the rest of your stitches. So it's very simple, just chain 1, then skip 1 stitch here, your first stitch, okay? And then into your last stitch, we're going to leave this last stitch unfinished, okay? Okay, so for the decrease in this last stitch, you don't need to work 1 single crochet here into your last stitch, okay? So you have skip 1 here and then handwork last stitch here, okay? And then for the decrease 2, the row of double crochet and skip 1, chain 1, we're going to make chain 2, doesn't count as a stitch, okay? And then turn, and then we're going to skip 1, and then here into the next stitch, double crochet. Okay, so this chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch. Like this stitch is like 2 double crochet 2 together into your first and second stitch, but this is chain 2, doesn't count as a stitch. Okay, and then chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, continue the stitch pattern. And then into the last stitch, we're going to handwork the last stitch. So meaning don't make your last stitch. So it's super simple, the decrease, just skip one and underwork your last stitch. So here, this is my last stitch. So you can see this is 1 2 3 more, and then I'm going to work now my last double crochet here, and then just leave it like that. As you can see here, it's not perfect. The decrease is not a slant, it's like a stairs, the decrease, but later we're going to work the borders, so we're going to fix that when we do the borders for the armhole. Okay, so it's very simple to make the decrease. So again, here in the next row, the decrease row 1, the single crochet, just chain 1, turn, just skip your first stitch and next stitch, work your single crochet, and then continue your front loop single crochet into the stitches, and then here into the last stitch, just unwork your last stitch this. Okay, so this is your chain 2 before, and this is the last stitch, so you're just going to work only in this stitch or this chain 1. Okay, so leave only this unwork. Okay, so you're just going to repeat your decrease. I made my decrease only 8 rows, so this is 8 rows. I made my decrease for my armhole, and this is only like 2 inches from here. You can see 2 inches. But if you would like more deep armhole, you can make more decrease and then going to continue without decrease. Okay, so but for me, I'm now okay with 2 inches, so I recommend also 2 inches. So this is 8 rows only for my vest, but if you are working with another yarn, maybe you need more rows or less rows, at least 2 inches. Okay, like this, you can measure 2 inches from here. You can see also the double crochet. Okay, so continue your decrease, and then when you are done the decrease for the armhole, we're going to work at this part without decrease. So you're just going to continue, simply continue your stitch pattern without decreasing, just like this, just like here into the first row of this part without decrease. Okay, so continue, do your back panel, your decrease, and then the not decrease in this part, and then here, actually I don't finish my back panel. I made first the first front panel, so I know how many stitches I'm going to work these last 2 rows here. So just leave it like that without these last 2 rows in this part, and then I'm going to show you first how to do the front panel. For the front panel, we're going to divide our stitches from our back panel into 2. So I have 81 stitches here. So it's not an even number, but I work here in my front panel 39 stitches. So I just decreased 2 stitches for my both front panels. Okay, I mean 1 stitch here and then 1 stitch in my next front panel. So 39 stitches only for my first front panel for this side. So it's okay, you can decrease 2 stitches because this is open vest, so it's totally fine. Okay, so just divide your back panel into 2 and then make your first front panel. So it's the same way to start. You're going to start with a foundation row of single crochet. So I only have 39 stitches here, and this is 9 inches. So just start your foundation row of single crochet, then continue your stitch pattern, the double crochet, chain 1, skip 1. Also, it's the same count of rows before the decrease. So it's the same 9 rows, and then I make my decrease in my 10th row. So you're going to do that also here. It's the same count of rows. I made the decrease to match my back panel. Okay, so do the decrease also in this side, and then after you made the decrease here for the armhole, make the decrease for the v-neck of your vest. Okay, so as you can see here, this is my last decrease. This skip 1 here and then double crochet, and then here in the next row this single crochet made again the decrease. So this is the chain 2, then double crochet into the first stitch. Doesn't count as a stitch of this. So it's really the same how to do the decrease here at this side. Okay, so for the decrease here, I made the decrease 16 rows. So this is 16 rows of decrease, and then the rest of my rows without decrease. So I end here my decrease, and then in my 1 2 3 4 5 more rows without decrease. So but it's up to you how many rows you would like to make your decrease. For the v-neck, I'm going to show this to you. So here you can decide how open you would like for your v-neck, but if you prefer only like this, for example, your decrease for the v-neck, you can continue the rest of your rows without decreasing. Just go straight, just like here. Just go straight without decreasing. Okay, but for me this is totally fine, so I left here 3 inches wide for the shoulder part. But if you want wider shoulder part, you want 4 inches for example, you need to stop here decreasing and just go straight here to continue your rows without decreasing. Okay, so again, to make your first front panel, make a foundation row half of the stitches from your back panel. For example, I have my 39 stitches here. Then continue making your stitch pattern and then make the decrease the same rows from the back panel. And then when you are done the decrease here for the armhole, in the next row, you're going to make the decrease for the v-neck here. And then just continue make the decrease until you reach the desired wide for your shoulder or this upper part of your vest. So for example, you want your vest just like mine, like 3 inches only in this part. You just continue decreasing until you reach your 3 inches here. And then for the rest of your rows, just make no decrease or just go straight your rows without decreasing. Okay, and also for the next front panel here, it's the same. Also make the half of the stitches for the front panel here, and then continue make the armhole decrease here the same like this. So for example, you work now your front panel here, so instead you make the decrease here, you're going to make the decrease in this side to match in this armhole. Okay, so for the decrease, it's totally the same. For this side, you make the chain 2 and double crochet into the next stitch, and the single crochet row is just skip your last stitch. Okay, or underwork your last stitch. So it's the same also counts of rows to make the decrease, and then just continue in this side. So for example this, then just continue in this side, and then when you are done your decrease in this armhole, in your next row work your decrease for the V neckline here. Same counts of rows also. I made 16 rows. I'm going to make also 16 rows of decrease, and then in my next rows I'm going to work without decrease. Okay, so I hope it's clear now how to do the decrease and to make the front panel. So it's super simple to make this stitch pattern. Only the deciding how wide or how long you would like, how many rows I would like for my V neckline, or how wide for my shoulders. That's only the deciding. It's a bit tricky, but you can do that when you already experience how to do your own size or your measurements. Alright, so just continue work your back panel first and then your front panels. Already explained it to you how I made the decrease to make the shape of our front panel. And then when you are done your front panel, just count how many stitches left here, and then do your last 2 rows for your back panel, so they will match the stitches here. So I have 15 stitches in my last row, so I made only 15 stitches for these last 2 rows, so they are the same stitches. And then I'm going to work also 15 stitches in this part. So to make the other last 2 rows in this part, so this is my right side, so I work my double crochet like this, and then I'm going to count 15 stitches, and then I'm going to start in there, or just count your double crochet. I have 8 double crochets here. So I'm going to start in this stitch, or just simply count the stitches. Okay, so just start your double crochet here and then continue the stitch pattern, and then go back with the repeat row to the single crochet, and then finish your back panel. Okay, all right, so I'm going to finish my back panel and then do my second front panel, and then coming back to explain it to you or show you the next step. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this. So this is now my second front panel. So I already done the decrease for the armhole here, and after I finish my decrease here, I'm now going to start my decrease for the neckline. So this is the neckline in this front panel on this side. So now I'm going to make the decrease here. So after you're done your decrease for the armhole, and then make the decrease for the neckline on this side. Okay, so this is my last decrease, and then I make now my decrease for the neckline in this part. So here, so just chain one and turn and do the decrease. So it's the same for the single crochet row. Just skip this first stitch and do your first single crochet into the next stitch, or the chain one here, and then do the single crochet or the front loop single crochet. Okay, so in this side I will not do the decrease anymore to make the straight edge for my armhole in this part. So only in this side I do the decrease. This is for the neckline. Okay, so just do like that, continue. Okay, so now here I'm finishing my back panel. So as you can see, I started now here the last two rows to finish this shoulder part. So just count your stitches on your front panels, how many stitches, then finish your last two rows here for the shoulder part for your back panel. Okay, so I'm going to finish here, then I'm done with my back panel. Alright, so I'm done my back panel. If you prefer to leave a long tail here, we're going to use that to sew together with the front panel. For me, I leave my long tail in my front panel. So my front panels are also done now. So this is the right side and this is the left side, as you can see. Alright, so when you are done all your panels, now we're going to sew them now together. So put your panels into the good side facing each other. So the good side is this. As you can see, the double crochet is in the right side and the single crochet is here in the wrong side. So the back loop of the stitches here is visible. So this is the right side. Okay, so put your right side panels facing each other. So now they are facing each other. So you're going to sew the shoulders and the sides. So only in this side the rows without decrease. Okay, so now we're going to sew the sides, and then I'm coming back to show you how to do the borders. Alright, so when you are done sewing your panels together, so this is how it look like mine. And then I started already here putting the borders for the armhole. So I put all single crochet all the way around. So I'm going to show you in this side. So just start here at the corner and then just chain one and then single crochet. Just put all single crochet into those little space. There is no clear stitches, so just put your single crochet here in this little space. You can see your single crochet if it's too far or close to each other. You can notice that when you do your single crochet. Okay, so all single crochet. So as you can see here, I already fixed the zigzag or stair slide decrease here in the shoulder, just like here or in this part. So already fixed with the border. So just put all single crochet all the way around to your armhole. So here in the side, in the rows of single crochet, you can put one, and in the rows of double crochet, you can put two. So one in this part and one at the top part. And then in the row of single crochet, one single crochet, and then the rows of double crochet, you can put two. Okay, so just you can see the gap of your single crochet. Alright, so continue put all single crochet all the way around. Then when you are done here, just slip stitch and weave your ends. Okay, then we're going to work the side and neckline borders. Alright, so when you are done the armhole borders, start the neckline or the side border. I already started here. I put single crochet also. Just start in this corner and do your single crochet in those little space in the side of your rows. And then here at the decrease part, going around at the top of the neckline and continue in this side until here, and then fasten up your yarn. Okay, and then we're going to do the strap with heart. Alright, so when you are done the borders for the sides and the necklines, now I'm going to show you how to make this little heart strap. So first we're going to make the little heart and then long chains. First make a magic ring or magic circle and then chain one. Then we're going to work inside the ring. First we're going to work 3 double crochet. Okay, 3 double crochet, then 3 half double crochet, the first side of the heart is done, so we're going to chain 1 and then 1 double crochet, then chain 1. Then we're going to work the other side of the heart, so we're going to repeat this 3 half double crochet, then 3 double crochet. So first 3 half double crochet, then 3 double crochet, then chain 1, then slip stitch here inside the ring, the slip stitch, and then fasten up or tie the circle, and your little heart is done. As simply as that. So make it tight a bit more here, and then we're going to work the long strap. If you want to make it only a chains, you can do that, but for me I made it with another slip stitch going back, so it make it a bit thicker, my strap. But if you prefer only a chains, it's totally up to you. Okay, so when you are done your little heart, we're going to chain at least 14 to 15 inches, but if you want to make it doubled or make it thicker your straps, add 2 inches more for the chains, and then we're going to slip stitch back. Okay, so make a long chain. So when you are done your long chain, so this is 16 inches, now we're going to attach here into the first decrease row. So as you can see here, so I'm going to attach in this part, just slip stitch. Okay, so when you are done slip stitching here or touching in this corner, if you want only with the chain, you can now cut your yarn and fasten off. But if you would like to make it thicker your strap, as I did here, we're going to work slip stitch into all the chains. Okay, so just slip stitch into all the chains, and then when you reach here, just fasten up your yarn and weave all your ends. Okay, alright, so when you are done your little heart straps, just weave all your ends and you are done with your top. Alright, so hope you enjoyed making your vest, and please don't forget to tag me in my Instagram at Crochet by Beb if you are working this tutorial, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell for more videos to come, and thank you so much again for joining me making this vest. Hope to see you again next time. Happy crochet everyone. Bye.